My name is Paige. I'm a 30-year-old working full-time at a company. Actually, recently, my husband, Kevin, who I've been married to for 3 years, has been acting strangely. He frequently says he's going to stay at his family house and that he won't come home for a while. And when he finally comes home, he comes back in a bad mood. He was always pretty close to his parents, so I wouldn't stop him if he just wants to go visit his parents. But recently, he stays out and doesn't come home so frequently that I'm practically living here alone. And when I asked him why he's in a bad mood, he gets even more into a bad mood. So I was at my wit's end of what to do. These days were continuing until one day, I was finally given a certain thing by Kevin.
I'm home!
Kevin, welcome home. Can you eat dinner at home tonight?
Nah, I'm gonna go to my family house.
Oh, I see. Hey, listen. Well then, if you'd like, why don't we invite your mother over to have dinner at our house? I made your favorite beef stew today, Kevin.
My mom made me beef stew yesterday and I had that, so I don't need it.
Whenever Kevin would come home from work, he would go back to his family home to have dinner, to the point where I can't even remember when the last time we had dinner together at home was. If I can't keep Kevin at home, then I thought I would invite Kevin's mother here. And I tried making Kevin's favorite food, but as you can see with his reaction, it seems like that failed as well. But I couldn't just leave my husband like this, who's always going to and from his family house. I wanted to do whatever it takes to fix our relationship, even though I didn't know the reason behind Kevin acting this way. But no matter what I do anymore, nothing is working. I also couldn't really build a good relationship with my mother-in-law, and even though I tried many times to move forward with that, no matter what I would try to do, she would always say family only, and she would treat me like I was an outsider in the way. She would always reject me like this. When I first got married, I had a perfectly normal relationship with my mother-in-law, you know? However, after my father-in-law passed away a year ago due to illness, ever since she's become alone, and little by little, she's started to become more aggressive towards me. And along with that, Kevin has also become more distanced from me. I'm sure today is probably going to be the same. That's what I was thinking, but I tried asking him. You're just going over there to eat dinner, right? At night, you'll come home, right? When I asked him about that, Kevin, who's in a bad mood, pulled something out of his bag and without saying a word handed it to me. Is this?
I want to get a divorce.
Huh? What Kevin handed me were divorce papers. It was so sudden that my mind went completely blank. Hey, but why? Tell me the reason. Even when I ask you why you're always in a bad mood, you won't answer me. What could I have done differently? Did I do something wrong?
Look, then I'll say it. But when are you gonna be able to have kids?
What?
2 years ago, we started trying to make a baby, but no matter how long it takes, you won't get pregnant. Even though the reason is your fault, no matter how long I wait, you don't even try harder.
What do you mean, try harder? It was true that 2 years ago we started trying for a child, but I had gone to the gynecologist to begin with to make sure that I didn't have any pre-existing conditions before we started. But I had a healthy body with no signs of infertility, and the doctor told me that I should be able to get pregnant without any problems. Of course, Kevin knew about that as well. But I went to the doctor, and I even got tested for fertility. I was told that I have no problems, so why am I being blamed for everything? And plus, if this is what you were being troubled by, don't you think you could have talked to me about it before we get a divorce?
I don't want to hear your excuses. The reason for infertility is always with the woman. My mother is a woman and she said that, so there's no mistake about it.
You don't understand who's more correct? Your mother or a doctor? I understand now. My mother-in-law was saying that because of me, we weren't able to have children, and that was what she brainwashed Kevin with. And since Kevin is a mom's boy, he completely believed that. Sheesh. These days you can just go on Google and be able to find anything out, but my mother-in-law really says unnecessary things. But Kevin is also at fault here. That's why I said this to him. Listen, what do you mean try harder? When there's nothing wrong with me? Even though the doctor said that I needed to come for a visit with my husband, you didn't even come with me, not even once. Even the doctor at the clinic said that since I don't have any problems at all, but there was a high possibility that there was something wrong with the husband.
Shut up!
And plus, you were the one that was running away to your parents' house without trying at all, aren't you?
What did you say? What's so wrong with sleeping over at my home? But you know how lonely my mom is. You pissed me off. Now listen up. I'm not gonna come back to this house so you can just turn in the divorce papers whenever you want. I don't need a woman that can't even get pregnant. We're getting a divorce. Divorce, you useless woman!
Huh? Hey, Kevin! And then Kevin grabbed a few belongings and he really did leave the house and didn't come back. But even if he were to just go out with the clothes on his back and go to his family home, he wouldn't have had any trouble anyway. But even still, this is unbelievable. Even though we're a married couple, why is he deciding everything on his own? And plus, why is my mother-in-law sticking her neck into our business? Not only that, but she's decided on her own that the reason for the infertility has to be me. Even though my mother-in-law should know about the results of my fertility test. I was so irritated, but I didn't even have the power to sign the divorce papers that day. But, well, once he calms down, there's also a chance that Kevin might come back home. I was holding on to a little bit of hope, and I decided to wait for a couple of days. 1 week later. Ever since then, I couldn't even get a hold of Kevin on the phone, and even when I went to his family home, they weren't home. Or they were pretending not to be home. He didn't come out once. Because the situation continued, even when I went to work, my mind was up in the clouds. During the break, I couldn't get any food down either, and I kept thinking to myself. But then one day, as I was standing there empty, I noticed that there was a big commotion at the entrance of the office. When I looked towards the direction of the commotion, there was an unbelievable sight. "Bring me my daughter-in-law!" To my shock, I saw my mother-in-law looking like a monster and throwing a tantrum. Ma'am? I panicked and I dashed towards the entrance of the company. "Miss Page, you still haven't turned in the divorce papers, have you? You better hurry up and turn in those divorce papers immediately." As it turns out, my mother-in-law was angry that I held on to the divorce papers, and I still haven't turned them in. But why did she need to barge into my company to do this? Even though this is a problem between me and Kevin. That's why I tried to calm my mother-in-law down and get her to leave. "No, ma'am, if you can just leave for today and later." "Kevin doesn't want to look at your face anymore, so you need to free my son." Wow, this is impossible. She's not listening at all. "You useless, worthless, infertile wife." At that point, I completely understood that it was useless. I didn't care what happened anymore. That's what I thought, and since this was a good opportunity, and since it was becoming a pain, I decided to do as my mother-in-law said. "Oh, is that so? I also don't need your spoiled child anymore either." "What?" "Well, I'm busy, so since you came all this way, please go ahead and turn this in for me. I've already signed it anyway. Here you go. Take it." On the spot, I threw the divorce papers that I had already signed and was holding with me over to my mother-in-law. "And with this, we can finally clean it up." My mother-in-law bought those words out, and then she flipped her neck at me and seemed satisfied as she left. As my mother-in-law walked away in a great mood, holding the divorce papers, I was exhausted, and I ended up sitting down on the floor in the spot.
Are you okay?
Yeah. It took everything in me just to reply. At that moment, I felt like everything that I had been holding in until now, the final thread had broken. But then...
"I'll come with you to the break room."
"Oh, thanks. Thank you very much." At that moment, Thomas supported me and took me all the way to the break room. He was from a client company and just so happened to be there. Even though he saw that whole scene, he didn't ask anything. He simply was kind to me. It's really so embarrassing. And then soon after that, my divorce papers were officially accepted and I was divorced from Kevin. 2 years later. Were these clothes a little bit too small? I feel like it's really obvious and it's making me worried.
What? It's totally fine. If anything, I want to show it off to everybody.
What are you saying? Come on. Now I'm together with Thomas. What? Oh, why do you ask? Actually, ever since that day, we became drinking buddies, and before we knew it, a lot of things happened, and there was a big turn of events. Silly Thomas, apparently, he had fallen in love at first sight with me before that day, and he opened up to me that he had a crush on me. But because I was married, he said that he kept it as just a crush and never said anything. That day was the first time that I had ever spoken to Thomas, so I was shocked that something like that could happen. After he confessed to me, we went from being drinking buddies to becoming a couple. And then that turned into becoming husband and wife. Thomas was 3 years younger than me, 27 years old, but he was so calm and mature that I wouldn't think he was younger. And he's somebody that warms my heart just being together with him. And plus...
The elevator is here. Be careful getting on.
Yeah, thanks. Today we're on a date. We came to a restaurant where you can see a beautiful night sky view. The elevator stopped at the top floor, and when the doors opened, oh, wow, it's so beautiful. The night skyline that you could see from there was so beautiful. I couldn't stop staring. I was really moved by it. And then the restaurant showed us to our seats, and as I couldn't help but to look outside, I started to hear a voice I really didn't want to hear.
Wait a minute! It's Paige!
What? The voice that I heard from the seat immediately next to us, when I looked over, sitting there, was Kevin.
I haven't seen you since the divorce, have I?
Oh no.
Wait! Wait a minute! You've gotten kind of fat!
Wow. Ugh, the worst. Even though I'm on a beautiful date, why is this guy here? And then as if to try to continue the attack. What? This person is your ex-wife? She's just a chubby old lady. Sitting at the same table as Kevin was a young girl that looked like she was in her early 20s, and she was grinning as she said that to me.
Yeah, unfortunately, thank goodness. I'm glad I got remarried to you, Melissa. Your life is already over. You're infertile and you could never get remarried.
As soon as Kevin said that, that was when Thomas appeared from right behind me.
Paige, sorry to make you wait.
So handsome. Oh, Thomas. At that moment, Kevin's face instantly changed, because Thomas was way taller than Kevin, and on top of that, he is super good looking too.
You don't tell me this is your new guy, but you know what? You're infertile and you're fat. There's no way he's gonna marry you. Oh, you must be.
That's right. Thomas already knows about Kevin. And then, as it turns out, there was a little something that Thomas wanted to say to Kevin.
You keep saying that Paige is fat, but it seems like you have a bit of a misunderstanding. That stomach is holding my child right now. Huh? Hey, wait, but because this woman is meant to be infertile.
Listen, after I ended things with you, I got married to Thomas. But soon after we got married, I was able to get pregnant. Apparently, I have a body that could easily get pregnant. So, that must mean that perhaps the reason for the infertility was actually with you? At that moment, the woman named Melissa went pale. Whoa there. Oh, could it be? Well, in that case, looks like there's a few things that I need to help them understand. That's right. The doctor had told me there was a 90% chance that the infertility problem was with my husband, and that's why we weren't able to get pregnant. That's what he said to me.
Because Maria is pregnant and...
Oh dear. That's right. Apparently this woman named Melissa was pregnant, and I'm sure she's told everybody that she's pregnant with Kevin's child, but, well, I wonder if that's the truth. That's why I decided to hit the nail into the coffin. It would probably be best if you do a DNA test, because I have a body that's easily able to get pregnant, but no matter how many times we tried, it never happened.
You're lying! But I was so happy that we already submitted the marriage certificate!
Oh dear. Well, good luck to you, Kevin. Kevin was completely pale, and Maria was looking down and shaking from head to toe, but he grabbed her and dragged her out of the restaurant. Of course, Thomas and I, we enjoyed our meal after that and had a great time before going home. The dinner that we had while looking at the beautiful view was really delicious. And then a couple of days after that, one day I received a phone call from a public payphone. When I answered the phone, to my shock, it was my ex-mother-in-law. My ex-mother-in-law was crying, and she started begging me in this way. Paige! Oh, is it you, Paige? Oh, you need to come back. Stupid Kevin, he was completely fooled by a bad woman, and that woman named Melissa, because she got pregnant, but didn't know whose man she got pregnant with. She said that she was just looking for a guy that could be money for her. She was even in debt. When we did a DNA test, it wasn't Kevin's baby. And when Kevin took the test, it turns out he is infertile. But they already submitted the marriage certificate, so we're in trouble. That woman says she won't sign the divorce papers, and on top of that, she had taken out a loan under Kevin's name with a ridiculous amount, and she had even made me the guarantor of the loan. Oh, please, Paige, you have to help us. Come on, I'll apologize to you. Please come back and help Kevin and me. That woman, oh, she was fooling other people, and she was caught by the police, and Kevin was taken away somewhere in order to pay back her debt. And next, they're gonna come after me and take me away. Oh, please, Paige, you have to help Kevin and me.
Yep, I hung up. There's no way that I would help them. They should walk through their hellish life that they brought upon themselves. And in the complete opposite situation of these failed people, Thomas and I were very happy. And plus, our baby was going to be born soon. The due date was coming up soon. We were so excited and nervous. Thomas, you don't have to practice giving birth with me like that.
Nope, the baby is also mine. I want to do everything that you're doing, Paige. I won't be able to feel the pain, but I can be by your side and hold your hand and be with you the whole way.
You're a really comforting husband. Pauline, you have nothing to worry about. Come on out. Your daddy is very kind and really reliable.
And your mommy is really strong and really beautiful too, you know?
The baby that's inside me is going to be a girl, and we've already decided her name. Her name is Pauline. From now on, we're going to create a warm and loving home as a family of 3.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!